Hello there,
Hello there.
the angel from my nightmare, and welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel. My name is BritWres, and once again we've got an Indy UK review, nearly said preview, and once again, DP.
Hey, hello. How you
How are
doing,
you
mate?
doing, DP?
Yeah, not too bad. Since last time we did this, and just
Last
a bit,
night, yes.
just a bit tired. And today's the last day of my vacation, and I'm forced to go back to work tomorrow. So
Yes.
back to the real world. But
DP's the reason that the pandemic's happening.
moving on from that, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Work's fine. I've been off the phones a lot, so it's been a grand old time.
Ooh,
I booked myself in a tattoo. I won't reveal it until I've got it. It's going to be a wonderful time.
cool.
So we will kick off another indie pro review. I nearly said it again with Riot Cabaret's all singing, all dancing, wonderful sunshine loving festival of gloriousness. I've added most of that on myself.
Yeah.
So how was the venue, DP? How is the Clapham Grand?
So the Clapham Grand is a
Is it
very
grand?
it's grand, yeah. It's a very lovely venue. It's like what you expect the nightclub to look like, kind of, but mix it in with like a cabaret hall, I guess.
Focus.
Yeah, but it's very good. It's a very good venue, and it's very weird to see a disco ball on the stage and the ring in the centre. But
Do they use the disco ball?
not anytime I've been there.
Outrageous. What a waste of a disco ball. So we will kick off with a matchup. We're beginning with Spike Trevay, the BritWres champion, versus Tommy Kyle, who is an up-and-coming wrestler that I've seen quite a few times already.
Yeah. So this was initially a impromptu match. It wasn't announced beforehand. It was announced as the return of Tommy Kyle. Because Kyle has been out with an injury for about a
I think
year.
he got it
it
at
was.
Wrestle Carnival.
I think he got it at Riot Cabaret last time. I
Oh,
could be
no,
wrong.
okay.
But yeah, he got a leg injury, and he's been out for the last year or so. And this is his return show. He comes out, it's like, hey, there's a vacant championship because of Kyle Noir. He was champion, and his injury at Progress means he had to vacate it. But because there's now a vacant title, there's some sort of scramble going on at some point in the future in Riot Cabaret, and he wants part of it. The crowd were happy with it, but Spike Trevay was not.
Of course he was.
Spike comes out. He's with his cronies, the Greedy Vultures, which is not the same as Progress. It's fuck, who is it? It's Murdoch and the Greedy Souls.
No.
So them four together. They all confront Tommy. Spike's the only one who speaks, and he just says, "You don't deserve a shot. You just come back. I've been killing it every, month or so that I've had shows. And anyone deserves just a walk-in shot. It's me.
Yeah.
But as a gesture of goodwill, I will give you a chance. I will fight you, and if you can beat me, I will allow you to be part of the scramble."
Wonderful, because Spike Trevay has that all-knowing, all-seeing power in Riot Cabaret, clearly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So how was the match then, DP?
So the match itself was all right. So Spike wins with the Kingslayer.
Poor Tommy Kyle.
Pretty much. But it was two difficult stars. I rated it. It was a solid opener. I wrote here, Spike continues to shine in his role, and Tommy was a nice comeback match. But ultimately, Spike was always the win here. He's too big a name within the Riot Cabaret sort of roster, and the consensus of the crowd is that, yeah, Spike is a bit of a prick, but he's a tremendous wrestler.
He's our prick.
Yeah, precisely. And Tommy, like I said, got a nice comeback, some good hurt spots, but ultimately it wasn't his time right now. Sure, in a few months' time from now, he might have a shot, but right now it's Spike's.
Wonderful. Poor Tommy Kyle.
Poor Tommy Kyle.
Moving on. So we had a singles matchup, which was Sapphire Reed versus. Is it Livy Grace? Just to confirm.
It is Livy Grace, just to confirm.
Yeah, it's just spelling in my head. It looked like it might be Livi or something like that, so I just wanted to confirm it.
I'm sure she'll love that if she watches this.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sapphire with Livy Grace. Sapphire wins with a Shining Wizard. 3 1/4 star. To me, this was an unexpected result. So if you don't know, like between these two women, Livy is the much larger stature person. And I just thought it was given that she was going to win. I
just being a monster on a hill, kind of.
Yeah,
On a hill, yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen Livy Grace lose when I've seen her live. Just because of her sheer size and just her monster appearance to everyone else on the roster. It was really surprising to see Sapphire win here, and I'm glad she did, because this is her second appearance after the last show in June, where she cosplayed as Ellie from The Last of Us.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, I expect the result for me. Surprise really caught me off guard. Livy continues to be the monster in her role, but Sapphire, as the plucky underdog, picked up as a very surprising win.
Wonderful. And did you go to the show in January? Which was called Vulture Against the Machine.
I believe I was meant to, but I didn't.
She lost to Nina Samuels in a title match.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we will get to that. Yeah. We'll get excited
Wonderful.
about that after the next match.
Next up, we have Jay Joshua and Nico Angelo, and he said Angelico, versus a well-known team, TK, Mambo, Sunshine Machine.
Hey, you know what this time.
I stole that just so I could remember it. I nearly go TK, Mambo, Sunshine Machine.
That was right, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Normally I go TK Cooper and Mambo, and yeah, it's...
But, yeah, sorry. So, Sunshine Machine win after a designated driver and a shooting star splash from TK onto Joshua. I rated this 4 1/4 stars. It was a phenomenal tag match between the four of them. A huge mixture of intensity in it, and it was also a nice little... I want to say it was a mixture of companies here. So, Nico and Jay, I believe, might be a team in Attack Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I know Jay and Nico are around a lot in there. I can quickly find that out.
Mm-hmm. And also Sunshine Machine are, London mainstays. Well, I say London, UK mainstays. They are.
I don't know if they're a tag team in Attack, but they do fight. They are both in Attack a lot.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm not too familiar with Attack anyway, so that's why I wasn't 100% sure on that. But yeah, no, Nico and Jay teamed up here to represent Attack, I guess, because that was mentioned by the ring announcer beforehand. To take on Riot Cabaret representing Sunshine Machine. But as I said, this was a phenomenal match, phenomenal time match, and when they eventually release their shows on VOD, I'd recommend giving it a check when you can.
Yes, I will wait when you let me watch yours. No, I joke. We don't share streaming services. But yeah, so 4 1/4 stars, the best match so far.
So far, exactly. But before we get into the next match, there is a very important segment I've got to mention. It was in ring. We had Nina Samuels, the current Riot Cabaret Women's Champion. She's setting up stuff. You can see that the thing's been set up, and then suddenly there's 3 chairs in the middle of the ring, all with cloths on. And so there's people in the chairs with cloths on their heads. I mean,
okay, that makes more sense.
And then Nina does her entrance, spectacular as it always is, and comes down to the ring, and she begins to sing a song, which is in the true atmosphere of a Riot Cabaret show. Someone's got to sing a song. There's got to be some sort of performing arts aspect to it.
Lana Roki.
You could call it that, but minus the Lana bit. But so yeah, it's basically just her talking, her singing, about her reign as champion. So there are 3, I believe they're all professional wrestlers.
Yeah.
Who are dressed in outfits that represent her opponents. So the first one, I don't know who it was off the top of my head. I couldn't get a good look at the face, but it was someone dressed as Session with Martina, who I believe was her first defense, or who she beat to win the title initially. Um, Then there was her it's either who she first defended against or who she won it off. Harley Hudson. And then the third one is one you mentioned earlier. Was Livy Grace.
Yeah.
Which was a wrestler called Gambit, I believe, and Hudson was Cassius. But yeah, it's just a song basically that is eventually then cut off by her opponent tonight, which is Day Luna.
Yeah.
So that is a nice little segue into the next match of itself, which was for the Riot Cabaret Women's Championship between Nina Samuels and Day Luna. In which Nina retains with a roll-up, following a spray can that's face paint, like the Outcast sort of thing.
Yeah.
To Day Luna's face from Cassius. I rated it 2.5 stars. Danny was the star in this match, while Nina tried her tactics to try and get the win. It felt a little short as well. I feel like they were trying to save Danny and prevent her from showing her full arsenal here.
Potential.
Yeah. I think there's more to this between the two of them, and I think Cassius might be a regular part now of Nina's crew, I guess.
FBO, your Cassius, or...
Well, it's a whole thing, don't worry.
Inside joke! But yeah, so moving on from this wonderful time, we've got Bolarama, which according to this was Lloyd Cat, which I'm guessing is a new version of LK Messenger, and Splits McPins versus Tate Mayfair's and the Brilliance, James Ellis.
Yeah.
You can watch his interview on our YouTube channel.
Good plug.
Yes.
So yeah, Bolarama, I believe he goes with Fat Cat Lloyd. But yeah.
Yeah, he's normally LK Messenger as well, so I don't know if it's
I think LK Messenger was his gimmick when he was by himself. I think they split up, didn't they, or something? And then
but yeah, I've seen him at Progress team with against Elijah. I was about to say with Elijah. I can't remember your team, but this is more. No, it's the. I know they've just changed his name to Lloyd Cat completely. Am I being dumb here? Let me go back.
He was definitely introduced as Fat Cat Lloyd, but yeah, it was Fat Cat Lloyd and.
Oh, I'm thinking of he's Elka Messenger and Kamikaze. He teams with Elijah. Anyway, moving on. This is Riot Cabaret.
Yes. So Mayfair and Ellis win after a spinning suplex and Tate pins. Let's be clear on that. I rated it 3 stars. It was a fun match that really only revolved around one spot, which if you know Bolarama, you know what I'm talking about. Which is literally just the bowling ball.
Oh, okay. What they're playing pool.
Oh no. So obviously, it's like the Raven spot, I guess. Like when someone's in the corner and they have legs open, and someone's got a bowling ball, and they roll it towards the person.
It's fully legal.
It's fully legal, yes, because the crowd were for it. Yeah, it was like I said, it was a spot that revolved mainly around that, which was hit, and then the heels won. It wasn't really spectacular in any way, the match itself, but the spot itself was. So, thumbs up.
James Ellis and Mayfair's a Franken team, or are they actually a team? Because they seem like they'd be a good team.
They are a Franken team on this show, but I do agree they are a very good team together.
Yeah, no, they're like the personalities and stuff would probably work.
Yeah, I mean you got the Brilliance and James Ellis, and you got the greatest professional wrestler on planet Earth. Mayfair, so
it's not really that hard to go on to conjure up, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to a match that it has to have been a banger. I'm gonna cry. Which was Robbie X versus Leon Slater.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
2 stars. Son of a bitch.
No. So obviously we're recording this after the fact, but we've already done 2 shows where these two have both fought each other in some capacity.
I love it. Yeah.
But yeah, Robbie X Leon Slater, great match. Robbie X wins with the exclamation. I rated 4 stars. This was a phenomenal clash of phenomenal clash of cruiserweights. There we go.
Wonderful.
There was a simple story being told here as well, with Slater's leg giving out, which was started really early on. That Slater couldn't do some of his moves because his leg gave out.
Yeah.
which ultimately cost him doing the match because he couldn't do his finisher because it required leg power, which then prevented him from hitting it on Robbie, which then let him hit the exclamation. So, very simple, but done effectively. So, very good stuff all around for those two.
Love Robbie X so much.
Yeah, he's so good.
But yeah, good. Robbie X won.
Yeah, Robbie X won.
And a 4-star match, so just beat out by which match was that? Was that Sunshine Machine? It was Sunshine Machine, yeah, wasn't it? And then we're going to a main event for the Riot Cabaret tag team titles. So we've got the challengers, the Session Twats, Charles Crowley and Session Moff Martina, versus the Greedy Souls, Brendan White and Danny Jones.
Yeah. So throughout the course of the show, we were told that Martina is not in the building. She had an issue with her airplane, with her flight, sorry, and that she couldn't be there, and it would be just Crowley by himself, because there's been the story of Crowley and Martina within Riot Cabaret that they're forced to be together, they're forced to be a tag team, and they're not friends, even though they've both saved each other from different circumstances. But they're not friends. They're just people who believe in the same cause. They believe in the same thing, which is, they're very anti-Greedy Souls, they're anti-Spike Trivet, they're anti the bad guys. So yeah, as I said, she saved him, he saved her. Then they don't want to talk to each other again because Crowley cost Martina a title match against Nina, and there's been a whole bunch of drama between these two. But yeah, so the match gets underway. It's the Greedy Souls against just Charles Crowley. It's literally a handicap match for the first half. The match goes on for a bit. It's just, the usual, the good guy gets his hope spots in. He's like, yeah, I'm going to power up, I'm going to beat you both. And they get beaten up by the Greedy Souls, basically, for most of it. When suddenly the video plays on the screens, on the stage, and then Martina pulls up in a taxi. She's got a suitcase, and she comes out to her music, which is amped up already, and she... Okay, there it is. Yeah. So she comes out. And,
yeah, I'm done now.
Thank you. So she comes out, suitcase in hand, runs towards the ring, and then we have the actual tag match, which has always started as a handicap match, so I don't know how that works officially, but whatever. So yeah, it's a tag match, Crowley and Martina against the Greedy Souls. Martina and Crowley win after a mix of a code breaker and a springboard stunner. I rated this, and this will get me a lot of hate among the Riot Cabaret fan base. I rated this 2 stars. There's a lot of 2-on-1 action here, so like I said, very much a handicap match for the most of it. Martina coming in with what made the match turn on its head. But the match itself, because that's how we do the ratings, the match itself...
Yeah, you defend yourself. Yes.
The match itself wasn't anything spectacular. Ooh. But, with the atmosphere, with the story, with the drama, with the moment, everything combined, it would be fair if you rated it higher. But match quality alone, for me, it was 2 3/4.
The thoughts and opinions are DP's alone. Tweet at DPEZ underneath his name. All the hate and not at the HCW show.
Yep.
I want that flashing up on the screen. Do you know what them bold the typing?
But yeah, so yeah, they win. That is the main event. They win the tag titles. They have a celebration. Balloons come down, confetti's everywhere, and whatever. And then obviously, these two aren't friends. They're never going to be friends. But Martina sings to him, as Crowley, sorry, that you've got a friend in me. And then that plays for a little bit. And then Crowley comes back and he's like, well, can I say one thing to this? You're welcome. And then that plays for a little bit. And then once that's officially all over, Martina's theme is what plays to end out the show. Again, celebrations continue, and that is the end of Riot Cabaret all singing, all dancing.
Wonderful. How was it overall, young DP?
Overall, there wasn't a bad match. Despite the ratings that I've given them, they're not bad matches. Like, they're just, some of them
There's
are...
nothing below an average score of 2.5. There's nothing below it.
Yeah, exactly.
Indication of a bad match.
Yeah, precisely.
So match of the night was the Sunshine Machine versus, I haven't got it on my screen, so I'm going to go for it. Jay, Joshua, and Nico and Angelo. I'm going to get that was it, wasn't it?
That's the one, yeah. And that's followed by the 4-star will be next years later. But yeah, it was a solid show. It was a fun way to start off. All-In weekend for myself. Obviously there were other shows before that, I believe, but for me, my weekend started with Riot Cabaret, and I couldn't ask for a better start because that leads on to something that we've already covered. But yeah,
yep, we've done this in the most backwards order.
Yes, we have.
We did Rev Pro first. We did the hot dog show second. I'm going to say it again. And then we did Riot Cabaret third, and then we're going to do Indy Extravaganza at some point next week.
Probably, yeah.
That's recording, by the way. It probably won't be out at some point next week. It might be out at some point next week when this video's out. Who knows?
Not me.
So anyway, as usual, like and subscribe. Our handles are down below. Frozzy doesn't want to be here. The handles are in the top corner. Frozzy ain't watching this. I could say anything about Frozzy. Frozzy is a moron. What are the odds of him knowing deeply that I've said that? Unless someone comments it.
I mean, I'm not gonna know.
Yeah, like 0% chance that Frozzy is ever going to watch that part. 0% chance. But yeah, like and subscribe. Comment down below what you enjoy, where you want DP to go next, because he's going to go wherever you send him to. If you want to send him to ICW in Glasgow, he's going.
I mean, there's potential for that, but whatever.
Yeah, the square go. £160 train ticket to be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's goodbye from me.
And that is a goodbye from myself. Oh, and did you say to follow our independent Twitters underneath my name? So.
Yes, I said that fucking earlier.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, cool.
First thing I said. Then I went into a Frozzy rant.
Fair enough. That's the only thing I remember. That's why I forgot. But yeah, that's it from us.
Oh God,
goodbye.
it's still happening. We're still
Peace.
recording. Goodbye.